You know exactly what you need to do, but you just can't seem to get it done. And it comes off as laziness. Are you lazy? Not necessarily. In this video, I'll be telling you exactly how to get out of your own way, to reach new heights, get more money, get love, and just really just manifest exactly what you want. Remove all the blockages. Let's get it. Before I get into it, you have to realize a lot of times we have exactly what we need to be successful. We have the capabilities, we have the capacity, we have the confidence, the three C's, but we just can't execute, or we just can't be consistent on this XYZ. It's not physical. You have to go deeper, you have to go emotional, you have to go mental, and really uncover what's blocking you. So let's get into it. Also, don't be so hard on yourself. This type of work isn't, most people don't know how to do this type of work. So just take this and apply it with grace and consistency, and things will be okay. All right. Everything that you want to get done, every action that you want to take to reach your highest potential, it all starts with your emotional definition. You have to know what you actually think about the thing that you want to get, because you won't get the thing. You'll get the definition of the thing. If you grew up with no money, you grew up broke, money caused problems, money caused arguments, etc. When you get older, when you start making more money, you're going to find it harder to save. You're going to find it harder to keep that money, because money was issues. Money was problems. Money caused arguments and things of that nature. It's just a lot of negative energy around money. And you say you want money, you will just get that. You won't get you won't get abundance, because that's not your emotional definition of money. So that was a smaller example, but we'll be going over other things. But yes, emotional definition is the one thing that you must uncover. Know exactly why you're feeling like this, why you can't take action. So your subconscious mind forms terrible associations through negative experiences and through negative observations. So, negative experience, negative observations equal your emotional definition. Right? So, if you want love, if you're a woman out there watching this, you want love, but your parents divorced, they were fighting, you grew up in a household where it was always arguments, it was cheating, it was all the worst shit that you, like the worst shit imaginable. That's what you saw as love in your household. Your emotional definition might be that of distrust, control, shit, cheating, you know? This might be your association to love if you haven't done that inner healing. So if you go and pray, get on your knees and start praying for love, or you start trying to manifest love, you won't get the positive emotional definition. You won't get the positive, association, because this is your life, this is your mind, your subconscious mind, and your emotional definition. You'll get this. You'll be sitting there wondering why all these niggas is bad. Or every time I get in a relationship, it always ends. Why? Maybe because that's all you saw. So your trauma basically affects your emotional definition. So whatever, extrapolate to whatever you want to achieve, you want to go after. Be sure to heal those negative associations to the thing first, and then you'll have a better attitude going about it. Another example is if you have trouble going to the gym. You know, everybody, fitness is a big thing now. Everyone wants to go to the gym. Everyone wants to look good. But you can't seem to go, or you can't seem to be consistent. Is it because you hate yourself? No. It's just possibly because you have a negative association to fitness or gym. Maybe you've experienced something along the lines of obligation. Maybe poor self-image. Maybe poor self-worth. Or skinny or fat. Whatever negative association you have with the gym, even if it could be something that might motivate you to go to the gym, this negative association will still keep you from the gym. If you're someone who wants to lose a lot of weight, but you still see yourself as fat, and when you think about the gym, you think of, I'm not enough. I don't like how I look. It's an obligation. I don't want to go. I just have to go just so I can look good for other people, this, and this. You won't go to the gym no matter how much you love yourself, because that's a negative association to your goal. I can keep going, but I'm gonna give one more example. So another one is your job. You know, everybody talking about, oh, you know, niggas hate 9 to 5s and shit, but 9 to 5s pay a lot of money. However, if you have a negative association to 9 to 5s or a job or etc., you can see that job as controlling. You can see the job as being a stagnant point in your life, plateau. You know, this is negative. But somebody else can see a job as a bridge, abundance, you know, opportunity for abundance, and just social interaction. I don't know. If you're a positive person, you'll see a job as these things. Opportunity, you know? And who's right in this situation? Who's right? They're both right. Because you are a co-creator of your own life. So he's right. And she's right. Or he or she, whatever. So who would you rather be? The one who has negative associations or the one who has positive associations? You got to remember, where are you trying to go in life? If you're at a job and you know you have to pay bills, why have this mindset? You can have this mindset. So change the association you have with your goals and the day-to-day action that you must get done to survive. Why not? That's the smartest thing to do, honestly. So now you're probably like, okay, well, how do I do that? How do I change? How do I change my emotional definition around the things that I want to get done or the things that I have to do on a day-to-day basis? So you must turn negative associations to positive association. You do this by meditation. So you get in a meditative state. You imagine. Before I say this, there's always something that imprints you to make you believe XYZ about a certain thing. So for the gym, maybe someone was overly critical about your image, how you look, and it didn't necessarily motivate you. It created a negative association to that thing, and it unconsciously caused you to drift away from that so you wouldn't feel that type of pain. For example, if you feel like all men are liars, cheaters, manipulators, controllers because of something in the past, go to your past. The first time you've ever felt that way, you have to imagine that, right? So you have to imagine these things when you're in a meditative state. For example, if it's about men or about relationships or whatever, most likely it'll probably be from maybe how your parents did things in the household, or how your father was, or how your first love was, or only you know. So do this work and remember what it is that made you first feel the negativity towards the thing. So imagine it, right? And once you get a vivid picture of what it is, don't stray away. Don't be shy. If emotions come, let it come. See it. Picture all of it. Picture, like, just reenact it in your mind. But this time, after your reenactment, switch it around and make it positive. So if someone says something to you in a way where it created a negative association towards the gym, visually see it as something different. Imagine them saying, I love your body, or I'll do this with you, or let's do this together. You're perfect the way you are. Change it around so you can change those negative associations to positive associations. So you'll imagine a situation in a way you wished it would have gone. So when you do this, you reset the nervous system. You reset your emotional definition so that it actually aligns to what it is you want to go after. If it's money, you'll begin to align with positive things like abundance, not scarcity, not lack, not arguments, but peace, abundance, coherence, harmony. You'll begin to align these definitions with that of higher things. So when you do go and pray for these things, or when you do go and try to manifest these things, it'll be aligned with what you actually want consciously. So it's about aligning the subconscious and the conscious so that you won't hold yourself back anymore. So once you do this exercise daily, you'll begin to notice your attitude changing. You'll begin to notice that things that were kind of hard to do, you naturally do. It's because you're no longer scared of trying to run from an emotion that you felt in the past. You now have a different association to the thing. So if it's money, you want abundance, so it'll be easier to save. It'll be easier to do things that grow your money. If you want love, consciously you want peace, harmony, etc. And now, since you do the work, subconsciously you'll be aligned with peace, harmony, and real love, romance, etc. So this exercise will help you align. This exercise This exercise will help you align the subconscious and the conscious so that you can actually align with your goals. You won't be wondering why things are just going wrong. So once you get your emotional definition aligned with your conscious definition, then you'll start seeing yourself not hold yourself back. You'll start seeing yourself do things that you knew you should have done a long time ago. Nothing ever changed. Your time never changed. Like I'm saying, your availability never changed. Your physicality never changed. Even your mentality never changed, but your emotions changed. Your emotional definition around what you know you need to get done, that changed. And that's how you stop being lazy.